two completely different planes of existence. So we have ruh and we have belongs to a creation, but the inner creation. Inner. That's why we are not able to see it, even though it's created, it's there. Because it's part of the inner creation. So hence you don't see it with your bare eyes. Then we have the body, which is part of the outer creation. Exactly, because still you have to work on that. You haven't tapped into your spirit yet. that's when you'll find the reality. Once you begin to know your spirit in, then yes. So what I was, yeah. So commandment, inner creation, which is called malakut, and the other creation which we call mulk. Malakut and mulk. له ملك السماوات والأرض بيده ملكوت كل شيء ملكوت السماوات والأرض وكذلك نري إبراهيم ملكوت السماوات والأرض. Thus we show Ibrahim the inner kingdom within the heavens and the earth. So the creation has layers. There's the outer which you see the stars and so forth, but there's inner also. The nafs is part of that inner creation. Yeah, it's saying not only the souls as well as whatever, the soul of everything. Okay, look at that way. The inner reality of everything. The sun, the moon, the stars, everything. Their inner reality, their soul. So I was showing him that. It's related, yes? Sure. No.
So, is there incarnation in Islam? Do you believe in it? Because people say the soul travels, sometimes comes back twice or in different forms. Is that right?
No. The soul coming back to another body now. That doesn't believe in that. And once your soul leaves your body, it doesn't come back. No, the soul goes to what we call barzakh. That's why we call barzakh. About the word barzakh? Yeah. Barzakh is the boundary. That means that's when you bury somebody, qabr is like part of the barzakh. Is barzakh means boundary, so is the boundary between this world and the next one. So that's where the souls that die are stationed until the day of resurrection. Yeah, the condition of the souls is not the same after that. There are souls that, because of the way they live on this earth, they are free. They are not restricted anymore. After dying, they can come to this world, and they can go anywhere. So there are certain souls that they have enlightened in this life, so they are not restricted within the barzakh. That's only the souls that have not attained certain amount of enlightenment, they remain within the barzakh till the day of judgment. Then they regain their bodies that they had left, and then the judgment, they go to the judgment scene from there. Yes. Mm-hmm. 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 That's right. No, Islam, we don't believe that. Islam, that you have this amount of life that you have, you need to work whatever work you need to do before death comes, because we die only twice. So through death and through life, there's no more beside that. So it's clear. ربنا أمتنا سنتين وأحيتنا سنتين فاعترفنا بذنوبنا فهل إلى خروج من سبيل. This is on the day of Qiyamah, people who have failed to make good use of their life here. They said, "Our Allah, you put us to death twice. You brought us to life twice. Can you give us a chance to go back and do something good?" I say no. Oh yes. So the first death, that was the death before you came to life. Kuntum amwatan fa ahyaakum. Summa, this one that you're going to die in this world. Summa yumitukum, summa yuhyikum, summa ilayhi turja'un. Khalas. This is it. So two. As usual, Islam 4. Within 4. Two dead, two life. I'm saying that as usual, Islam has 4. Two dead and two life. See, that's why I was discussing that with the group yesterday. La ilaha illallah. 4 letters, 4 words. Which is that's the word on the whole in the religion is founded on that word. That's it. Everything is in those 4 words. All religion. Or the whole thing. Everything. All creation. Okay, so the heaven and the earth were called together to come. That's in Surah 2 of Fussilat, together. That proves that when Allah calls you to come, you have to come as a whole, in your body and your soul and your spirit, all together. Then your journey is more complete and more fulfilling than to go by one or the other. In other words, you have to travel both vertically and horizontally. The soul travels horizontally on the body, and the spirit travels vertically, which is the commandment. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The soul and the body has to travel both, not one without the other. Then you cover the whole, everything. You go through commandment, you go through creation, until you reach the throne from both ends. You go above, you go down. You go east, you go west, you go up. So your journey is fulfilled, is complete. Both commandment and creation. So that's what La ilaha illallah signifies. La is vertical, ilaha is horizontal. Illa is vertical again, Allah horizontal. So La standing, ilaha inclining, illa back standing, commandment, and then Allah, which is sujood again, horizontal. Yes. Sujood and ruku are horizontal. Qiyam and qiyam are vertical. So that's how you journey. So by prayer you are moving both ways. When you stand, you are moving vertically, going through the commandment as you recite. You incline, then suddenly you change your direction, you go horizontal. You stay there, you move horizontal, then you get up again, you begin to move vertical. When you come down to sujood, you begin to move horizontal. So that's how you cover that's how your journey goes. Alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah. And the Quran has Rabbana, 2 dead, 2 life. And inna ma'al usri yusran. Inna ma'al usri, usr is vertical, yusran. Inna ma'al usri yusran. This is how the journey goes.
So technically you're saying that if I understand it in my little word, we experience the vertical and horizontal words in most of the things we do, especially in prayer.
Yes.
Without that, no.
Yes.
So our soul or our spirit is
Yes, as long as you do those movements, your soul and your spirit are journeying. The moment you stand, your spirit starts to go up, to rise, to ascend to the spirit. So as long as you are reading, the spirit is climbing, it's ascending. As far as you read, it's ascending. When you stop reading now, you incline, and now the soul also. Now you have gone with the spirit, it's there. Now let the soul also make some move. So the soul will go as long as you are inclining horizontally. Then now you leave the soul there, you move up, and now the spirit is moving up again. And then you go back to sujood, and the soul again. So this is how you move. You don't know, but you are moving. Your soul and your body are crossing the space, the distance, till you do this all the time, until finally you get to the throne. You'll get there.
So every time you do the salah, it's basically you're continuing a certain journey.
So yeah, salatu mi'rajul mu'min. Salah is the ascension of the believer.
Alright, and when sometimes you're praying, some sound starts coming into your mind which is not supposed to, you never thought of them, bad sounds, whatever they are, not socially acceptable thoughts or whatever they are. So what would you explain this as? Like it's some people say it's the shaitan is trying to block you from the prayers, but
The first thing, if maybe your journey hasn't even started. So we're going to talk about that first. Okay. Have you at all started your journey yet or no? So we are talking, yeah. That's what we know. The story of Sayyidina Sulaiman and the queen. That's what is going to tell us. When does your journey begins? When and where does it end? Okay. If you don't know, that means it hasn't started. That's the first sign. If you are going through something for real, you have to know. You have to be aware of it. Ghafla, on awareness is that means that's the first sign that you haven't started. You have to become aware and conscious of what you're doing. If you are praying, you have to be conscious about your prayer, conscious about your spirit and your soul, as much as you are conscious about your body, which everybody is. If your body is in pain or is in harm, you feel that. If your soul and your spirit also are in a condition, you should come to realize that. If your awareness is heightened. So there is a beginning. That's why we said that when does the heaven and the earth began their journey? When God told them that come willingly, all willingly. How did they come? When did they start their camp? When did they start? When they said, Allah, we are coming willingly. We call that taslim. We are coming as Muslims. So when they do taslim, their journey begins.
So every Muslim, when they pray, and when they're born Muslims, and they just don't know why they were born Muslims, their journey starts even when they're praying.
No. Until they do taslim in reality, journey doesn't begin. Actual call.
So for every moment, it's really the reality you're speaking of. You know that if something does occur in your life, perhaps there's a fork in the road where you have to make certain decisions. Whereby Allah calls you.
Yes.
Come my way or not.
Exactly.
Come willingly.
Come willingly.
But in every believer's life.
Yes. That still continues. That call is not one time. Allah's calling you constantly, come. There are always obstacles on your way. You hesitate. Like your journey some people can start journey and stop on the way. They leave taslim and they can't move on forward. But this journey is one thing. If you have belief in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, you have iman, that will acquire you Jannah. This journey is different. The journey to the throne is different. Okay. We enter Jannah through our iman. But if your aim is to attain to the throne of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and beyond that to attain the Ridwan, there's still another way to go after the throne. That's what we are concerned about. But iman, your iman will land in Jannah. But those who are close to Allah, muqarrabin, are those who perform this journey straight. And he said, فأما إن كان من المقربين فروح وريحان وجنة نعيم. If somebody who dies in muqarrabin, فروح وريحان when their soul comes out, goes straight to the Arsh. Allah called them Himself. If you are not in that category, then you are welcome to Jannah on the right hand. People of right hand call you. They say, Assalamu alaikum, fa salamu laka min ashab al-yamin. If you are muqarrabeen, straight. And then Jannah. Jannah is still there for you. So those who attain to the throne also, these are the ones who Allah assigned them thrones around His throne. That's what the story tells us. It's the story of Sayyidina Sulaiman and the queen. These are people who have thrones. Hadith talks about it in detail. And Allah comes and He sits on His throne and has placed thrones around His throne for those who are close to Him. So those people, those who have done taslim and have made the journey to Rabbul Arsh Al-Azim, they also are given their thrones and they have their place in Jannah. Okay. Both. But those who don't have done that, they have their place in Jannah, but they don't have that. So this is how it is. So that's what we are talking about, so that it becomes clear. So when the earth and the heaven submitted, they answered the call of Allah. Istajibu rabbikum, respond to the call of your Lord. Allah says, come, and come willingly. Don't come dragging your feet. They don't want to come. So you come. But the coming of the comers also, of course, have different speed of coming. Some they come very fast, like a lightning. So the response also is different from person to person. The response is in the first moment. Come. There is no moment of hesitation. There is no lapse of time. They respond in the very call. So they come first. And first come, first serve. Isn't it? No, sir. So they are closer. So those who come in the next call, and those who come in the next call, and those who don't come at all. It's only three. First moment, second moment, third moment, and there's nothing beside that. Doors closed. So قَالَ تَأْتِينَا طَائِعِينَ, they said, we come, O our Lord, willingly. So that call is only the heaven and earth, or each one of us, Allah calls us in the same way. Come to me in soul and body and spirit. So when we go back to the story of Sayyidina Sulaiman, so we see that the queen did not start her journey yet, but she seems to have the qualities that may qualify her for being on this journey. We'll hold the story starting from verse 29 all the way to the end of the story, which is verse 44 of Surah An-Naml. As those who are around the throne, there are angels, there are human beings, there are also jinns. So, of course, they all have their lights. والشهداء عند ربهم لهم أجرهم ونورهم, will have their light and their sustenance. So they have their lights, they have their thrones, and also they do, as the next thing we'll talk about, they do tawaf around the throne of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. ومن حولها يسبحون بحمد ربهم ويؤمنون به. Those who carry the throne, which is the 8 angels, and those who are around the throne, they spend their time in tasbih, and they believe in Allah, and they engage in istighfar for those who are on the earth. So those are the muqarrabin. They are luminous. That's why the people in Jannah, they see them like we see the stars. The Prophet said that the people in Jannah, they see the people as we here see the stars shining in the firmament. So that's how the station is high. Them like lamps, like stars, kawkab, bright stars. There is one Tabi'i, he's called Ibn Sirin. He's a famous interpreter of dreams. Was very gifted with that. So one day somebody came to him and said to him that I dreamt about you yesterday. He said, what did you see? He said, I see that you became like a star, and then you're going up, and you're going, there are other stars. He told him that now you tell me my dead now. He came to announce my death to me. Yeah, and he died. Very soon after that. If you have attained to taslim, because all that becomes will count as a traveling if there's taslim before it. If there's no taslim before it, then there's no traveling with it, so you don't go. And that's what it takes you to travel to the throne. And taslim has to be at the very beginning. If you don't travel, you don't reach. So all that becomes an ibadah of somebody who is stationary. It's not going, it's not traveling towards Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Yeah. That's what makes a difference. Yes. No, you have to, that one you have. Traveling, just traveling is hard. It's hard work. If you want to stay home, that's a different story. You stay home. You die here and then you go to the other home. If you want to travel, venture, it's an adventure. Lots of work. You want to travel, be among the travelers, then yes, you have to prepare for the hardships you encounter on the way. And most importantly, patience. Of course, if you don't have patience, you cannot travel. Yeah.
Well, when you say that, and I mean, I'm looking at it, people who see this as an issue don't really understand if they can travel. What do you mean travel? I mean, what do I got? I got wife and kids, and I'm just gonna leave them and just wander the earth. What if people, how do you gain that word?
Yeah, that's why I said that traveling here is not a bodily traveling. It's a traveling that takes place. It's your soul and your spirit that travel. But for them to travel, there have to be the beginning of journey to start is you have to respond to the call of Allah, come, and respond to come to Allah willingly. If your heart willingly wants to yearns to return back to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, then that's when your journey begins. That's what we mean by you traveling back to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. In the same manner that he told the heaven and the earth, come to me willingly or unwillingly, and they said we are coming willingly. That's the beginning of their journey. The same thing happens for us too, our soul and our body. Allah said, come, willingly or unwillingly. If you willingly, you said, I'm coming, Allah said that in your heart, the journey begins. That we pass away, we are talking about a voluntary journey. For your journey to be because this is only meaningful, your journey is only meaningful if it is a voluntary journey. That's why we said you do it, you submit, accept voluntarily to come to Allah. As a child, you can't make a voluntary because you don't have your free will as yet. Your parents and so forth are the ones who are going with you. If you also don't make this decision to come, a personal choice, you're still going, as we said, everything is going, but that's not counted for you as a journey, because you are like a bag of rice that's being carried on the back of a donkey. So yeah, the bag is not traveling; it's the donkey that is traveling. So you are not rewarded equally. So you have to be somebody who lift up your bag and your spirit and your soul and said, I am going, and you set out. Then you are counted as a traveler, and at the end of your journey, Allah will assign you a throne. Sit on this. Yes. And give you your light and your sustenance. So that's what this story is talking about. At first, when Sayyidina Sulaiman's letter came to the queen, إِنِّي أُلْقِيَ إِلَيَّ كِتَابٌ كَرِيمٌ إِنَّهُ مِنْ سُلَيْمَانَ. Sayyidina Sulaiman is calling her on behalf of Allah. It's the same thing. Allah sent a messenger and prophet to call people, and if they are not there, people who make da'wah, those who have the ability, the ulama, ulul amr, they call us, du'at. So he is the one who said, now Sulaiman called her because he is not aware what he needs to do. So he reminded her, innahu min Sulaiman, this is from Sulaiman, this letter. وَإِنَّهُ بِسْمِ اللَّهِ الرَّحْمَنِ الرَّحِيمِ, and I call you by the name of Allah, not my own name. So I put Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Allah ta'alu alayya wa atuni muslimin. Don't feel arrogant towards me and come in submission. So already we see that she thinks well, because that's another one of the things that, so she has some qualities already before she even started her journey that seems that she is somebody who will be able to do this journey, because the way she spoke of his letter she thought well of Sayyidina Sulaiman, even though she doesn't know him yet. But he said, Innahu Kitabun Karim, it's a good letter, honorable letter. See how she is thinking well? This is well thinking is very important. That's what is the root of Iman. To think well. That grows and develops into Iman. Think well of Allah, think as Iman, think well of people too. So she has that. Innahu min Sulaiman wa innahu bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Allah ta'alu alayya wa atuni muslimin. Then she called her people, her counselors, and presented a letter to them. قالوا نحن أولو قوة. They said to him, if you want, we can resist. We can fight. We are people who are given to war and strife. He said no. إن الملوك إذا دخلوا قرية أفسدوها. When the kings enter a land, they invade a land, they destroy it. وجعلوا أعزة أهلها أذلة. And they change the social order. The people who are in honor, they put them down. The people who are in dishonor, they put them out. Say they change the order of the society. And that is well, and Allah confirmed that He is right. وَكَذَلِكَ يَفْعَلُونَ. Allah said that. Yes, that's how they do. As since the colonial times, that's what exactly they do. All those who were in people who have status in the society, they bypass them. So they change the social order and put in people who will listen to them. So she said, however, let me send a present, Suleiman, and let me see what will be their response. Maybe they only want money, we pay money. So when that came to Sayyidina Sulaiman, قَالَ أَتَمِدُونَ مِنْ مَالٍ, he tried to give me money. What Allah has given me is more than what He has given you. He's not taking pride in his wealth, taking pride in the Iman and the knowledge Allah has given him. No Prophet will take pride in his wealth or anything. Na'udhu billahi min dhalik. He said, what Allah has given me is better than what Allah has given you. Allah has given me knowledge. And that's real power and Iman. So now she knows that no, it's not looking for dunya. It's not. And she decided to come and respond to the call of Sayyidina Sulaiman. Now she traveled, this is the first part of her traveling, from one point on the earth to another point. But she's not a traveler in the true sense yet. She's only traveling by body, not the soul and the spirit, not yet. Doesn't have that yet. And we will see that she's not traveling in spirit and soul. And Sayyidina Sulaiman tested her. First, قال نكروا لها عرشها ننظر أتهتدي أم تكون من الذين لا يهتدون. Change her throne outwardly only. Change the way it looks. And we will find out whether she will recognize it or not. Recognition. That's one thing. The ability to recognize. They brought it first. Because first he brought it from before she arrived. He brought it the throne. And the throne, when he said, who can bring it? Ifrit min al-Jinn said, the powerful Jinni said, I can bring it. أنا آتيك به قبل أن تقوم من مقامك, before you rise from your seat, from your session. Go 1,000 kilometers, I'll bring it. And the one who has the book, the man, book of the knowledge of the book, said, I'll bring it before you wink your eyes. And he brought it. So these two, the Ifrits and the man of knowledge, they both have the power to travel in a very short time.
Question. This student that has the book of knowledge, isn't she an athlete or a jinn or something?
He's a human being.
Human being.
So I said man, not a human being. Because the jinn we already said. So both of them have the ability to travel in a short time across long distances in space and time. But they're traveling in two different ways. It's very good, Razil. Yeah, you're ahead now. So exactly. They both can travel fast, except that they travel in two different ways. The Ifrit travels by the power of the soul. And the man of the book travels by in spirit. You can see the difference between spirit and soul. So if you travel by the soul, if that is your mode of traveling, then your travel is horizontal. You travel horizontally to attain to your goal. If you travel in spirit, you travel vertically to attain to the same goal. So let's say the throne is here. Because after all, we are traveling to the real throne, but travelers take different routes. So if you are traveling in spirit, so the throne is here. In spirit. Or you are traveling in soul. So both of them, they travel very fast. Soul travel fast, and the spirit do. But the spirit goes vertical, it's traveling, and the soul travels horizontal. So the same thing. The object is here. One is traveling vertical, one is traveling horizontal to attain it. So naturally, the spirit will arrive first for the soul. I say naturally, one traveling in spirit will arrive, will get there first, because winking an eye and standing is it's a big time difference between the two. But yet, they both are very fast. So far, there's nothing human being has built that fast in terms of machine. No, you don't need to. If you go vertical to reach. I know. But I know that. So the man of the book, man with the book of knowledge of the book, ilm. So we already know that power he has is ilm. You see? علم من الكتاب. Knowledge from the book. So the travelers in spirit. And the one who travels in soul, which are like the Ifrit. So this is the characteristics of the jinns in particular. So the human being at his best, it's above the jinn, as you can see. The jinn at his best is here. At his best. Human being at his best is that. But human being can combine these two. Jinn cannot combine. Human being can travel both ways. So you said. So imagine that if you are able to combine these two powers for traveling, for attaining. So you travel both in spirit and soul same time. So you are faster than all of them, everyone. Can you even imagine how soon that can be? Okay, so that's what we have. Remember that. Yeah, kun fayakun, as we said. That's it. So the jinn, that we call that ma'arifa wa irfan. So ilm, another name is furqan. Ma'arifa, irfan. Yes. Yes. No. To recognize, not to know. You should know better. It's their language. Arafa is to recognize, not to know. If you want to be precise. So alima is to know. Knowledge and recognize not the same thing. So but the soul that is enlightened has the power to recognize things. It does not make mistake in that recognition. If he sees when he meets you, he knows you, he recognizes your soul. He recognizes you. Even let's say you have changed over time. It's not your body. He will recognize your soul, which does not change. So that's. So another aspect of that, somebody who has attained to Ma'rifah, is the ability to go through boundaries. Hence, the jinns. To go through hard boundaries. I mean, he can go through this without breaking anything. Nazir, are you okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Your eyes has come out very big. It's scaring me now. Well, exactly. Whatever human being imagines, Allah's power is beyond that. So all that is nothing. They are real at some level. So that's why the jinns, they can go through boundaries. If you lock all your doors, they can come through. Because hard boundaries done. So anybody also, a human being who has ma'rifah, can do that too. You can go through boundaries without breaking it. So now when we talk about, if you are here, between here, let's say, and India, for example, the distance between us, if you want to move from here to there, so that distance, we take a plane to cut the distance and get there. So if somebody has ma'rifah, so he will just go across the boundaries. It's like he goes across this. And in that small moment, like standing, between standing and rising, he will get there. Because the boundary that's between us, the distance and space, you can go through it. So that's one way. So that's what Arif will do. And the same thing. So when he sees you, also he looks at you, he'll go through you and attain to your soul and recognize your soul. Okay? Physical boundaries are nothing. Okay. But this one, no, doesn't work like that. What does it do, Nazir? How? How does it deal with boundaries? If there's a boundary now and you have Furqan, what happens? No? Exactly. It breaks the boundary. Does not go through it. Completely annihilates. Tear it. See, Faraqa, Furqan, the ability to cliff and reach the essence that is inside something. So the Arif will not cliff it, it will just go through. The Alim will cliff it, split it, and reach the essence that lies at the core. So that was the difference between the two. And so once he came, these are the two things that Sayyidina Sulaiman tested her to see whether she's Arifa, that she has Ma'rifah. So hence, hence he disguised the throne, changed the whole outside to see whether when she looks at it, she can look through and see what is really behind the external disguise. She doesn't have Ma'rifah. She look at it, she has doubt. Looks like it, she doesn't know. So now she failed that test. No Ma'rifah. How can you journey to the throne of Allah subhanahu when you have, when are you going to go across these distances that lies in between? If you have Ma'rifah, you can go. You can go through all the veils. How many veils is there between us and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? Now? Okay. 700 is mentioned, but it's just 7,000, 70,000. All is in the hadith, authentic hadith. 700,000. So you see, it's a big journey if you want to get to the throne. That's what you need to cross. So if you are endowed with ma'rifah, so slowly you go through veils without breaking anything. Of course it's complicated. Okay. If that is what you have. If you have Furqan, it's still quicker. You are tearing the veils, tearing it. 7,000 veils, 700,000 veils until face to face with the throne.
May I, however,
Now,
you think that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will help you attain one of these to help you go through your journey?
that's what I'm saying.
Because you can't just
Who-
decide, like one
who-
day
No. Who can do it?
kind of like
Nobody can do this.
hop on it and hop off.
That's those questions, we already answered them. We already finished with that. That's why we call taslim. You submit to Allah and Allah will give you. Ittaqullah wa yu'allimkumullah. Have taqwa and Allah will teach you. Of course, only Allah can teach you this. Where are you going to get it? So only Allah gives. Nobody has nothing. All this is God given. So now that's the first. So he tested her. Okay. You want to travel to Allah? No ma'rifah. How will you deal with all these veils? The light in between. Now the next thing, he tested whether she has ilm or furqan, at least. Maybe she doesn't have this, he has this, which happens, or vice versa. Okay. As the last, قيل لها ادخل الصرح فلما رأته حسبته لجة وكشفت عن ساقيها. See? And they ask her, come inside the throne, the tower. When she looked at the floor of the tower, she thought it's water. Lujja, wave of water. But it's wavy. Her eye deceived her. There's no water, it's just a reflection. It's a mirage. Mirage. Reflection. So she has no Furqan, because if she had Furqan, what it does, again we said, it tears the veil. So it shows you the reality of something. You can't get deceived by the appearance. But she bent down to lift the pan of her dress because she thought it's going to get wet. But where's the water? So that's the point when she said, I want to submit to Allah and I want to begin my journey. And I want to get the ma'rifah to get to my journey. So Sayyidina Sulaiman said, okay, that's the first step, taslim. And he's going to teach her now how to make the journey. So she said, verse 44, Rabbi inni dhalamtu nafsi. Dhalamtu nafsi. All this I've been doing, I'm being wrong to my own soul. Because I deprive my soul of such precious things like ma'rifah and knowledge, which will help me attain to the throne of Allah and beyond Ridwan. If you deprive your soul of that, you have done a lot of wrong to your own soul, as many people do. Well, that's your reality. That is within you. The spirit also is part of you. but they come from different origins. That's the only difference. So you as a whole, you have spirit within you and a soul within you, but they are two separate things. Yeah. So now aslam, the taslim. So we said that's the first thing. Now Sulaiman said, well, if you do taslim, well, let's see. If you do that, peace will come. Aslim, taslam. Submit to Allah, you will be in peace. If you don't, you will be in grief and fitna. So she said, Aslamtu, I have submitted. So the first thing, her heart now is in peace. The next, after taslim, what do we need now? Oh, it doesn't come like. Not yet. No? La. Those comes later. Those are the fruits. We want now the tree itself before the fruits come. You can't have the fruit without the tree. You got to grow the tree first. Taslim is part of us tawbah. Iman. So Iman, and what does Iman brings to your heart, Azhar? When you believe and trust Allah, what do you get in return in your heart? How do you feel? No, we have peace now. If you submit and surrender, you get peace in return. Yes, for sure. If you believe in Allah, believing is trusting, and you think well of Him, what do you get in return in your heart? What do you feel in your heart at that point? Something comes to your heart. Now, sukun, tranquility. So we have salam and amun, they call it. Amun. So this is the basic things that everybody has to first secure. A heart in peace and tranquility. Knowledge and all this comes later. That's when you are actually now, once you are ready to go, then you have those things that will take you on the way. But you haven't started it, you have to prepare the way. That's how you prepare it. A heart that has peace and tranquility. And when those two, peace and tranquility, when you add them up, what does it amount to? Peace plus tranquility, salam plus amun, equal? No? Oh, what was it? Yeah, exactly. Oh, good. Next time, don't miss a chance, Exactly. So what does it amount to? Love. Hub. At this point, love begins to grow in your heart. Hub or mahabba. love that is bred, that was bred by peace and tranquility. That love that came out of that. Any love that came out of that, that's what we mean by love. Any other love, we don't count that. So that's out of peace and tranquility. We don't count that as love. So now, that love and that's that the core of your heart now has exploded, has opened up. That's the core of your heart. The moment you attain to peace and tranquility, the drop of rahmah went all the way down to the core of your heart. That drop fell on that core, it split up. The drop of love from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. حبب إليكم الإيمان. The drop came all the way into your heart, and from it, the core of your heart, the seed that lies at the very essence of a human being, it touched that and sprouted. And from that sprout came it releases two kind of strength. So we said that love is the strongest thing, most powerful thing in creation. You can move mountains, you can make stars, for anything by the power of love. So that love روح وريحان. أخي ناصر، أيوة أنت معي. I'm getting there. أخي ناصر، روح، I didn't say روح. روح ريحان. So that's what happens now. There is a rayhan. Your heart is diffusing this sweet fragrance. That's rayhan. So that's a gentle, fragrant smell that's coming from the core of your heart and spreading around you. Very difficult. So that's why the word, once you ma'rifah comes from the word urf. Urf means a good smell. Urf. عرفها لهم. So he said, Arif, somebody who knows things by smell. It's like a baby can tell the mother, but just by the smell. No. Exactly. It's natural. It doesn't, even if he doesn't put on any perfume. That's the smell of love. That's fragrance of love. Okay, Rawh, as you can see, Rawh now is also emanated from the heart, but from the core of the heart, but that is powerful. So this one is a gentle, fragrant smell. This one, Rawh, Asifa. Yes, it's a stormy air. So the heart also can have that. But this all from the love. Once the love
So one is like she spread the whole bottle on the water, and people like don't know why anyone like just exhaust, and people are just following it. You know, the only thing is when you have love in general, not it's other than first of all it's about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and people, right?
Yes,
So you get less annoyed by people like speaking to
of course.
all that things that
So we are saying that.
better person.
So this love is just spread by itself. You know, tell people I love you, all that. It's kind of, and somebody doesn't love anybody. That's what I always talk about. But this is it's just going around. Within the believers, it just spreads. You just disseminating it. You don't have to say anything. It just spreads around you.
I have a question.
No.
Not anybody to be offended.
Well, if you doubt it's going to somebody going to offend somebody, don't say it.
The answer is general about the vertical and horizontal. Just general.
Yes.
Christianity, they do the cross. Does it also indicate vertical and horizontal? This is the thing. Just click to me.
I'm not sure what their intention is. I don't know what they mean by it. What do they say when they are doing it? Do you know?
Yeah.
What is it?
Name of the Father, Son, the Holy Spirit, and
Yeah. So we don't mean it that way.
yeah, but the thing is, but it's fine. I'm not speaking about the name, but I'm speaking about the way because you said you mentioned something vertical that people might be ignorant or they don't know. But you spoke about vertical and
Horizontal, yes.
like people do it for something else, but couldn't it mean
It could be maybe initially it was that's something that Jesus taught them about the horizontal, and they changed it to this. That's possible. As usual, people change the haqq, and they add their own additions on it. As usual, people add their own things on the truth and change it. Yeah, but that's possible. Yeah.
So that's why I was thinking about it. I wanted to search it. Just kind of similar, but people don't know, right? But if
Absolutely.
you haven't been
MashaAllah.
I wouldn't have known. I would know nothing about what you're saying right now.
Yes, absolutely. So معرفة وإرفان and فرقان. So روح وريحان. ريح حفافة. روح. ريح طيبة لطيفة ريحان. ريح قوية عاسفة روح. نعم. الأصل واحد. أصل واحد. لكن الطبيعة يعني مختلفة. لأن هذه الريح الروح هو قلت ريح. الريح إذا كان عاسفا يقال له روح. إذا كان طيبا رقيقا فهو ريحان. Allah wants to destroy people, that's Rawh. It's a destructive, it's powerful. تدمر كل شيء. But when the two of them, the Rawh and the Rayhan, when they mix, then that's the best thing. Maybe, yeah. A breeze. All the ingredients in it. It's not too fast, it doesn't destroy, it's not too fast and destructive, it's not too slow. It's fragrant, but it goes at the right speed, and it's also has the fragrance at the same time. That's the true love. inshallah. قولوا قولي هذا استغفر الله لنفسي ولكم ولمن آمن وأسلم وسائر المسلمين أجمعين. There's no end to that. So that today is family dars. So hopefully, inshallah, we'll see everybody tonight. ريح خشوش.